Bitcoin is looking mega freaking bullish right now with a strong break ending the downtrend for Bitcoin and a real possibility that we see Bitcoin going on to make a new price high by March 17th. I hope you bought the dip. I also have some big news about a new corporation buying Bitcoin and a bunch of bullish Polka Dot news with parachains likely coming to Kusama very soon if everything goes according to plan. So make sure to stick around until the end of the video if you are a Polka Dot fan, because there's some very exciting news. My name's Lark, and every day I make videos to help you make money investing. So if that's what you want to do, subscribe to the channel, smash the thumbs up button, and click on the bell to make sure you catch all of my videos. By the way, if you are a trader, then you need to get yourself an account over on Femex. It is the best exchange for longing and shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum and Chainlink and Litecoin and Polka Dot and loads of other top altcoins. Use the link down below in the description to start your account and to get signed up, and you will be eligible to get up to $150 in Bitcoin trading bonuses, and you'll also get 10% off of your trading fees. So check it out if you are a trader. Okay, so let's get into the charts. And boy, oh boy, is it a just hot day for Bitcoin. This breakout that we're currently looking at playing out beautifully. Like I said yesterday, we were getting a nice trend reversal forming up for Bitcoin. That breakout past the line of resistance, that retest of the line of resistance, flipping it into support, which as we know is a technically very bullish thing to see. It's exactly what was playing out yesterday, and unsurprisingly today, the price of Bitcoin is soaring higher. We have very definitively smashed the line of diagonal resistance, and now we are pushing higher. And even the wicks at 52K, we've gone past those as well now. Overall, Bitcoin looking very bullish. This downtrend for Bitcoin was both shallower and shorter lived than the one that we had back in January, which is fine. That's normal. No downtrend is exactly the same. There is no set rule to how a market downtrend is going to play out, but history does tend to rhyme a bit, and we did see a very similar structure to the January dip actually playing out, just on a shorter, shallower time frame. In January, after we first breached the line of resistance, it took a total of 10 days to see Bitcoin hit a new high price. If we see a similar situation playing out now for Bitcoin, that the downtrend has been broken, well, then perhaps we can expect to see Bitcoin hitting a new price high by March 17th at the latest. That's according, of course, to the way the previous trend played out. In fact, considering it was shallower and shorter, it might even happen sooner than that. Maybe it's only going to happen 5 or 6 days from now. That's not to say that Bitcoin's going to $100,000 next week, but that we're looking to retest those key lines of resistance at $58,000. We may get up and over $60,000 by that time. No guarantees. Obviously, anything can happen in this market, but that's what the technicals are showing us right now. If the current trend holds, then this is a real possibility that we do see $60,000 for Bitcoin sometime next week or late this week. The next chart I want to show you is regarding the miners. So miners selling Bitcoin, it's very low right now after the insane selling frenzy of January, and miners were selling anywhere between 17 to 24,000 Bitcoin a day. The pressure from miners has reduced drastically. We even had a few days where miners were not really selling any Bitcoin at all and actually had a net gain in terms of their total supply. While miners are once again selling Bitcoin, they're selling just very, very little of it, probably just enough to cover their mining costs, showing that the big mining guilds will now be getting more stock on hand, waiting for the next significant move for Bitcoin before unloading their supply again like they did back in the January selling frenzy. This means that Bitcoin can now move higher in price because we don't have all that sell pressure coming in from miners, basically opening up the lanes for price discovery. Big news today too is that Aker, a Norwegian company involved in energy, fishing, and engineering, has announced that they bought $58 million worth a Bitcoin for their strategic reserves. Now, as the company stated, they are intending to hodl their Bitcoin. It is a strategic asset for them. They also said that they're going to be mining Bitcoin using otherwise wasted energy from their energy extraction processes to stack up some sats. This is the second company this week to buy Bitcoin. And it's only Tuesday, man. And I know that smaller, lesser known companies like Acker buying Bitcoin is not as exciting as Tesla buying Bitcoin, or even, some of the other big players that may buy Bitcoin like Apple, right? But all of these smaller companies represent the majority of the $10 trillion in cash sitting in corporate treasuries globally. And every time another company comes out just like Acker and they buy Bitcoin, then another company just like Acker asks themselves, yo, why don't we have any Bitcoin yet, and how can we get involved? Corporate Bitcoin FOMO, red hot right now. It's been hot for a while and it's just continuing. I don't see any end in sight to this trend. Next up, let's talk about some Polka Dot news. So Balancer, who is one of the biggest decentralized exchanges and liquidity providers on the Ethereum network, is going to be porting over to Polka Dot when it goes live, thanks to a new partnership with Moonbeam. Now, in case you're not familiar with Moonbeam, Moonbeam is going to likely be one of the premier Ethereum to Polka Dot bridges when it goes live in a few months, of course, coinciding with Polka Dot parachains going live. Right now, Ethereum has the biggest and the deepest liquidity of any blockchain when it comes to DeFi. But we are increasingly seeing protocols signal their intentions to integrate with other networks, particularly with Polka Dot. We've seen a lot of interest from a lot of protocols in moving to Polka Dot, or at least partially deploying on Polka Dot. This does not mean they're going to leave Ethereum, that they're abandoning Ethereum. It just means they're going to be on multiple networks. It does mean that they see the future and that they want to get on the Polka Dot train. Remember, one network, many chains. That's going to be the future reality for the blockchain ecosystem. Oh, and some news regarding the upcoming parachain launches for Polka Dot. Some very exciting stuff. Gavin Wood today confirmed in a group chat that the number of validators on the Rococo testnet for Polka Dot will be scaled up to hundreds of validators in the coming week. And that assuming that the test run goes as planned and that it all goes well, that the code will actually be integrated and deployed on Kusama very, very soon, meaning that we may now only be a few weeks away from Kusama parachain auctions happening. Very exciting. I imagine when we get a firm date announced for this to happen, that the price of Kusama is gonna go nuts. I mean, the price of Kusama has already gone nuts, but it'll probably go even crazier. This is likely going to be happening in April, according to my approximate estimate of how the timeline's likely to play out here. Polka Dot parachain auctions won't be far behind Kusama, so very exciting time for the entire Polka Dot ecosystem. And finally, today I want to introduce you to a new Polka Dot ecosystem player called Konomi. Now, Konomi is an upcoming Polka Dot-based DeFi protocol that you should have on your radar. By the way, I am an investor in Konomi. Konomi is a money market and liquidity provider allowing users to trade, manage holdings, and to earn interest via their money market products. Now, Konomi is going to support the Ethereum virtual machine as well, which will essentially allow it to very easily tap into cross-chain DeFi. Konomi is also planning on contending for a parachain slot. It is a member of the Polka Dot DeFi Alliance as well, which should help it really bootstrap those early phases and build out its network. Money markets, they're some of the hottest products in the Ethereum DeFi scene. The biggest names in DeFi, mostly money markets. And since parachains are not yet launched, there's really no telling who the leaders are going to end up being for the Polka Dot ecosystem. Of course, there'll be quite a few players that actually achieve massive status within that ecosystem. And I think that Konomi is one to be keeping an eye on in that regard. Now, this is going to be launching on Polka Starter on March 16th. Now, if you can get in during the Polka Starter sale, definitely try and do that. If you can't get in to the Polka Starter sale, then you can pick it up, of course, on Uniswap later on, but don't FOMO in on, the first 5 minutes of listing. That can be pretty dangerous. Wait for the price to cool off a bit if you want to grab yourself a bag of this. Your question for today: do you think that Bitcoin can hit a new all-time high price by the 17th? Can we crack over $60,000 by the 17th? Or are we going to face a bit of trouble trying to get there? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.